make sure we can sync it later, so I ain't got to worry about matching the audio.
You know what you're doing, man. You good at what you do.
Welcome, everybody. This is Jerry. Welcome to the JKP Podcast. Today we have a special guest, Mr. Teroy Roberts. Sorry about that. AKA Prince Charming. AKA what's the other nickname? Flying? No. What's your other nickname?
Man,
Prince Charming.
I got a few. You talking about the Kappa names?
Yeah.
Well, the Kappa name was definitely Big Brother Prince Charming, AKA Cuff Your Chick, because I give it an ow. You know what I'm saying? But that was so long ago.
Okay. So we have a guest. Today we're going to do little things differently. Normally we talk about photography and gear and stuff like that. Today we're going to talk about a whole different bunch of different stuff today. And we have a special guest, like I said, Teroy. We know each other for a long time now. He's, I'm going to let him introduce himself to the podcast. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, first and foremost, thank you for having me. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity just to give a voice on your podcast. I flew out here, sort of, but I am here for you. So thank you for allowing me to be here. So again, a little bit about me. For those who do not know, I am Teroy Roberts, the smoothest brother on your TV screen. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of names. I'm a walking blessing, and so are you. You know what I'm saying? You are a walking testimony, so tell your testimony because people can learn and grow from it, all right? Okay. But again, to me, so I am from Stockton, California. I am currently 33 years old. I have lived a beautiful life. Of course, all beauty comes with, some heartaches. But I would say God has definitely blessed me on this life. Currently, I am at the University of Florida, which since yesterday has become the #1 public school in the nation. So shout out to the Gators, and it's because I go there. Trust me, it is. But yes, I've known Kales here for a long
Summer Bridge.
Long time. Yeah, 08.
Yeah.
08. It's 2023 now. Too long. And we built a friendship since there. And hey, bro, you are one of the most genuine people I do know.
Appreciate it.
Like if nothing else, I do know one thing. Kales will always have my back.
Yeah.
And always tell me when I need to hear something real, too.
For sure.
We go
always
back, man. But yeah.
Okay, I want to go back before we met Fresno State.
Okay.
I want to talk about Stockton, California, specifically Franklin High School.
Yes.
What's your mascot?
We were the Yellow Jackets.
Yellow Jackets.
Yellow Jackets, yeah.
Okay. So talk a little bit about Stockton, how it made you who you are as a person, and what made you decide to come to Fresno State to attend college.
Man, I give a lot of gratitude towards Stockton, California, because I feel like I can move in this world because of all the things that I learned from Stockton, California, good or bad. Growing up in the hood where most of us do. I grew up in church, but also a gang member. Now, I'm not saying I was the biggest gang member because I wasn't. I also respected men to understand, if I was raised somewhere else, I would do the same thing. But I just happen to be raised in the deep south side of Stockton, Crow Valley, 3400 block. You know what I'm saying?
Let them know.
Where we bang blood, which they still do. I am no longer in the hood. I do know people there. My family is still in my hood. Like typically, when people grow up and be gang members, it's because it's a cool thing to do, and everybody's doing it in your neighborhood. These are your friends. But when it comes to Crow Valley, it's so weird because most of us are family, low key, like aunties and uncles. You know what I mean? So it's like my cousins are my gang members. It's who I'm rocking with all the time. So it wasn't just like, okay, I'm with the gang. It's like, no, I'm with my family. This is what we do. We're just gang members too. Yeah. So, yeah, man. But it was rough, man. I was actually raised by my grandmother, rest in peace, who passed away at my time at Fresno State.
2012, right?
2012, yeah. That boy did research. Yeah. Yeah, man, the love of my life right there. She definitely, her light still shines within me.
That's good.
But yeah, I was raised by her. My mom was in and out doing stuff that, people do in the 80s. You know what I mean? That took her life a whole different route. So she wasn't in the mental preparedness to take care of me. And my dad, he had other kids as well, but my dad has had a lot going on. And the way he tells it is that my grandma wanted me after her husband died, my grandpa. So she kind of took me in, but I do remember getting adopted low key by some white folks that I have no idea who they were. But I remember my grandma coming in and coming getting me, and I never saw those people again.
You haven't tried to reach out to them?
I don't know. It was like, it wasn't long at all. I just remember a different face taking care of me.
Can you imagine how your life would have turned if you would have stayed there?
It would be something totally different.
A Blind Side movie about you now.
It'd be something for sure. But you know what? Maybe it'd been nah. My life is what it is supposed to be because again, Stockton made me who I am. You know what I'm saying? And I live this journey not because of me, it's because of everybody after me. You know, all the things that I've done, all the things that I'm doing is simply because I'm trying to leave a legacy for those behind me.
Do you go back often?
Yeah, I just came from Stockton actually. Okay. So I flew out here, you know what I'm saying, to make sure I come do the podcast, but I also went make sure I went home since it's only 2 hours away. I was out there for like 2 weeks with my brothers and my siblings and like seeing my nieces and nephews because the life that I live, I'm not able to watch them grow and be with them all the time. So when I
remember you always post your niece all the time and stuff like that.
Yeah, my niece, man, they grown now though. They're getting old.
That's crazy.
But yeah, seeing them is very heartwarming, and it also reminds me why I do the things I do. When you go back and see people doing the same thing you were doing when you left at 18 to go to Fresno State. Yeah.
Did you go with anybody from Stockton to Fresno State, or did you go basically on your own?
I went on my own. So to go back just a little bit, I saw my mom. Right, she was doing stuff. She was doing drugs. I said, I don't know what she doing, but I ain't doing that. I saw my dad working at the warehouse. He worked every day, always working, always tired, and I'm like, but still had roaches on the floor. And I'm like, I don't know what he doing, but I ain't doing that either. And he was always just like, I said, I'm not doing this. And my grandma was like, you gotta go to school. She has 7 children. Nobody went to school, but she was like, you gotta go to school. So I'm like,
do something different.
Do something different now. I didn't do the best in high school. But Fresno State took a chance on me, and that's when my life changed. But yeah, it was just me. I went just by myself.
Yeah, no, I definitely can relate to that. Like, you know, growing up, my parents definitely wanted to do something opposite of, you know, what they was doing. So, I
had to, man. I don't know. I've always been different, though. Like, I grew up, you know, everybody cussing. I don't cuss. Everybody doing drugs and drinking, smoking. I don't do that. Yeah. I do drink now, though. I turned 21. But it took me a while to get there. Everybody having sex. I was like the last person to have sex. Yeah. And I didn't stop after that. But you know what I'm saying? I'm blessed not have no kids, nothing like that. So, God willing. But yeah, so... Yeah, I went by myself though.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
Eventually, you know, my cousin, your LB, he came later, which is also his own story to tell. But recently, a while ago, he sent me a message to remind me and to thank me, man. Like,
hey, followed your steps.
Yeah, like thank you just for leading that path, and thank you just for encouraging me to go to school. And now his life is completely different than what it would have been if he never did. So
no worries.
No, no worries. No, man had no worries.
Shout out to my sons, Edward. The Rock, Trey Rock. Shout out to my Sans. Speaking of Sans, how's your Sans? You see him?
My Sans is great. I'm gonna see him when I go to LA. Trey's a funny guy. Shout out to my Sans, Trey. This is my theory. I might be kind of ugly, right? But I do know Trey D, so I feel like that gave me a lot of play. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody knows Trey D.
Too fly, man.
He too cool.
He too cool. You know, I ran into him at the Clipper game.
He told me. Yeah, he told me.
I was there solo bolo, seeing Paul George play. Ran into Trey. Trey was like, Jerry. I was like, how anybody know me in here?
Yeah, my Sans, funny. He always moving, man. He's one of those people. He's a real LA guy, for sure. He's one of the people that actually like, you know, because I grew up a blood, and like he grew up Crip.
Yeah, that's right.
So like our dynamic was totally different, but we came with a certain respect, man. And he was like one of them first people to actually really introduce me to like that other part of that life. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
that's true.
Man, he had a big impact on my life. Yeah. Big LA though. I remember anyway. Yeah. I'll go say those stories.
Yeah, don't say too much.
Yeah, I know. I done seen Trey getting, yeah.
Oh, that's fair. I know you knock some people out.
Cause he funny, man. He don't. It's like you know, I have a lot of patience, but and he do too, up to a certain point. He Trey funny.
Shout out to Trey.
Yeah, it's my saying. Big brother, authentic.
Oh, that's too funny. Okay, let's talk about. We got Stockton. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the famous little incident when you was on the football team at Franklin H. Remember we was talking to Lucky and Antoine.
Oh.
Okay, we can talk.
No, well, first, we can tell the story. It don't matter to me. It don't matter to me. I'm just like football team. I forgot about that. Actually, my pinky ain't forgot.
That was a pinky.
Yeah. So, long story short story long. I broke my pinky, right? First of all, I'm not the most athletic person anyway. You know what I'm saying? But I could play some defense. I could play a good corner. I wasn't the fastest, but I think I was just smarter than most people. So I would like bait people into things. Point of the matter is, it was during passing league. We not even got like
no pass,
nothing. And I was about to intercept the ball, and my cousin pushed me.
Were you at corner or safety?
I was at corner.
Okay.
And I was about to intercept the ball, but he wasn't having it, so he pushed me. It wasn't even a hard push, but for some reason I fell, and like I guess I just messed up my pinky, and my football career was over after that. I said, yeah, I ain't breaking no hand. I'm not gonna even start. Like, what am I doing?
This is it. Huh?
Yeah, but I do say this too, to add to this, going back to Stockton. My cousin was a great football player. He didn't have the grades, but he was a great football player. And when I decided to quit, like this wasn't for me, because I knew it wasn't, he quit too. And I told him I apologized for that, because I felt like if I would have stayed,
he would have still been there.
He would have stayed, and who knows what his life would have been too. So and I told him, man, I'm sorry that I gave up on you, but it just wasn't my dream. It was his.
Yeah.
So.
Did you play any sports besides football in high school?
Nah, so I had a thing with running at the time, and I hated running. So I tried out for basketball, so I could play defense, but then the first practice was good until we got to the end. We got to run suicides. We kept running suicides. I said, yeah, I'm done with this.
This is it.
It was it. I was stuck, man.
And you didn't do no drugs. You should have been.
I just didn't like running at the time. Running was like the devil to me. Right now, I'm going to tell you this, though. Coffee's the devil now, though. Anybody who drinks coffee is a devil. And the spawn of Satan. Okay.
Okay, so talk to me about after you left Stockton, you came to Fresno, Summer Bridge. Talk to me about that experience, and that's where we met in Summer Bridge, and that's where I met my roommates Lucky and Antoine. Shout out to my roommates, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out to Luck, man. He was able to help me get a ticket out here too. You know what I'm saying? Use your network. Use your people, man. People will help you if you ask. So thank you, Lucky. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Summer Bridge was a good time, man. I don't even know what to like start. Summer Bridge was different. I remember me. I was gang banging it.
So you had black, red on, eyes, little slit in the eyes.
I was banging. If you pay attention at that time too, I was banging. I had 3 and 4. I had like 3 on one side, 4 on the other side, like tray 4. Like I was banging. That was ridiculous. Yeah. Everything was red.
Yeah, it's crazy because we was Lucky your roommate. No, you had Chris.
Chris. Yep.
Yeah, Chris was your roommate in Summer Bridge, but somehow you connected with Lucky or Antoine.
Luck. Me and Luck. We was in the same cohort.
Okay,
yeah,
so you connected with, because I met you at Summer Bridge, but we didn't like connect really until we moved into the UVs, and then you used to come over and beat Lucky and Madden all the time.
I beat the whole house. And Rashad, I beat everybody's house in Madden.
Wait, so
Madden 08 was my game.
Yeah, so you was a 49er fan and Lucky was 49ers. Yeah. So who would you play with? I forgot. Did you guys play with the same team? Or?
Nah, at that time I think we was doing randoms.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know Antoine would play with the Packers
and
with Aaron Rodgers.
Get beat, but do you remember that time Antoine was talking about he had that tape, a senior year highlight tape? You remember that?
Wait, what?
We watched his senior year highlight tape, and he did nothing.
He didn't do nothing.
I mean, I think I got a tackle. You don't remember? It was funny though. We watched. It was like, oh snap. He went to Pomona. He looked good in pass though. He looked good in pass.
Don't be doing Antoine like that.
Hey, I love you, Twan, but you look good in pass. I remember that video. He's like, but you didn't do nothing. You didn't get dirty. Remember? He's like, you didn't get dirty. At least you played. I didn't play though. So
I feel like Antoine was Kevin Hart before Kevin Hart. Like not Kevin Hart, but like
I know exactly what you're referring to. Yeah.
Like his demeanor, his approach, like his goofiness. Like he was doing like, he was just goofy.
What do you say? Freak Squad?
Antoine?
Yeah, the Freak Squad.
Antoine said all kind of stuff.
That was funny.
Shout out Antoine.
The times at Northridge.
I was
would you went to Northridge?
To the Halloween thing?
Nah, Northridge was his girl. He had to go like pull up on his girl. Do you remember that?
I think last time
he was hitting the mailboxes and stuff.
I wasn't there for that.
Man, it was me and Luck.
I wasn't there for that.
Twan was hot because we went out
there.
Wait,
y'all went without me?
Probably because he went to go check on his girl, but she wasn't answering the phone.
Okay, because I know in high school when we came to Fresno State, me, Luck, and Antoine, we all had our girls from high school. And then I lost my girlfriend, and Antoine lost his. Mm-hmm. And Lucky was the only one that kept his.
See, but Lucky did it right. Every time his phone would ring, he would be gone for 30 minutes.
Yeah, he'd leave.
We playing the whole game. I got to pause it. I'm like, all right. He come back an hour later. I'm like, bro, where'd you go? I'm on the phone. We got used to it eventually. But
no, he was shut down for Gwen. He wasn't playing.
No, that phone rang. He gone. Peace. He wouldn't even tell you. He said, I'll be back. No, you not.
You know something funny when we moved from the RDH, or not the RDH, but the dorms from Summerbridge, and we got the apartment at the UVs. It was me, Lucky, Antoine. I think at the time we had, I don't know if it was Drew or Calvin. Who was
I think Calvin was first.
I think Drew was. No.
Was it Drew?
Yeah, it was Drew and then Calvin, and then we had E. E had moved in. Yeah. And then Blue was always in 236.
Blue was always there. Me and Blue still got music.
Yeah, Blue and you was like our fifth or sixth roommate. But I remember Lucky.
RJ was the seventh.
Who, RJ?
RJ. You remember RJ?
Who's
He'd come
RJ?
eat your food. RJ.
Oh, wait.
Love RJ. Love for RJ.
Dang, that's crazy.
Love for RJ though.
But I remember we was running the AC because we thought we were still in the dorms and it was unlimited. And then we got that bill. It was like $800. Me, Lucky, and Antoine was like, God damn. But yeah, Lucky, Lucky like a code.
Yeah, I like the code too. Me and Luck, we just connected instantly. He grew up blood too. So it was just a great connection, and he was just cool. We understood each other. You know what I'm saying? Same environment. But yeah,
cool. No, that's what's up, man. That's bringing back some memories, man.
Yeah, man. That's Summerbridge.
Who was your roommate? Like, I know Chris was your roommate in the dorms, but who was your roommate actually in
when I went to Fresno State?
Yeah, like when you lived.
I was in the dorms for 2 years, and I'm not going to remember everybody's names, so I'm not going to tell them names. But the first year, it was 4 of us.
So you stayed in the dorms then?
2 years. I stayed in the dorms for 2 years. The first year was 4 of us, and the second year was 4 of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not going to remember everybody's name, so I ain't going to say everybody's name. But yeah, it was a good time. Most of my
was it the same people from Summerbridge, or it was like different people?
Different people.
Oh,
different people.
Okay.
Most of I think all my roommates my first year pledged a Pike. And I remember that. Yeah, they all pledged Pike. In my second year, it was mostly just, it was cool. Yeah, I had a good time, man. I can't lie to you because RDH was great. RDH was great.
RDH was good. So you pledged Kappa Alpha Psi. What year? Using your junior year or
sophomore year?
So they went Pike and you went Kappa.
Yeah.
How'd that turn out?
It's great for me, because I honestly, if we're just being truthful, I don't think any of them are actually like still
Pike.
Yeah, like I don't think anyone claim them like that. But yeah,
hey, Pike was popping though.
But do you remember meeting the Kappas, like the Noobs, the Omegas, and the Sigmas at Summerbridge?
No, I don't. See, I'd never had interest in being a Kappa until Lucky and Antoine because they were in the interest group.
Yeah, they was in my interest group.
Yeah, and I wasn't in the interest group. I had no interest at all.
See, yeah, I remember meeting them in Summerbridge, and
that's crazy.
It's just my thought process. I saw them, and they reminded me of myself. I saw the Sigmas. I'm like, well, I'm already gay. I told the Sigmas this too. I was a blood. I'm not doing anything blue. I can't. At that time, I had no blue anything in my closet. Yeah. It wasn't until like a few years ago I realized you have nothing blue. Yeah, it's like, man, let's add some blue in here. But I just grew up a certain way that I wasn't even conscious of it. So Sigmas had no chance with me, unfortunately.
We didn't have alphas at the time either.
We didn't have alphas at the time either, so I have no idea what that would have been like. I mean, knowing me now, I would have been alpha anyway.
Yeah.
But in the Qs, I don't know. I just didn't vibe with the whole I don't know, the energy about it just wasn't with me. And I knew I wanted to come to school and do something, not even like Greek related, but I didn't want to leave here just being the same Teroy. I wanted to do something.
Yeah, shout out to the Divine Nine, Fresno State Divine Nine, man.
Come on now, and then I got interested, and it was a roller coaster from there, baby. Because at my time, freshman year, I was interested as a freshman.
Whoa.
It was like 25 interests. It was like 25 of us.
So who was in the interest group that actually?
I ain't gonna say. Oh, who actually made it?
Yeah, from the interest group.
Oh, that got online with that got.
So was that Brazil line then?
No, Brazil was for us. Brazil took it on.
So who was that?
It was a lot of us. It was so you gotta.
Or it wasn't no line. It was just interest that year.
It was just interest. It was just interest, and then you have to think about how like a lot of people didn't make grades. It was only a 2.5, I think it was at the time 2.5.
2.5, yeah.
And that was our own standard. I think the standard at Kappa was like 2.3, but Pi Beta was like 2.5.
Want to be a little bit higher.
Yeah. But yeah, so most of them fell off because of that period. So 25 went to maybe like 13, and then 7 of us got picked.
Antoine, Lucky, what interest group was they in?
The same one. That part of that 25, you can ask them. They was there, but Lucky dropped out after the summer. Like after the summer, he didn't come back. Twan probably stayed around a little bit longer because I feel like Twan was in that same interest group with me when I told him I was a blood. That's a whole different conversation. I didn't know any better. I'm sorry. People got on me about that. Like, why would you? I didn't know any better, but I was honest. Anyway, yeah, I'm not no more, but I was honest. I think Twan was there, and he's like, "What are you doing? Why would you say that?" Yeah. Anyway, But Twan didn't have grades, so he didn't get on. But from that 20 plus, only 7 of us got on.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's a big group.
We thought we was gonna be lit. Yeah, can you imagine?
That's some groups down south of 25.
Yeah, can you imagine what that would have been like? Cap would have been
totally different, would have been.
You know, but I would say too, I'm gonna talk about the process or anything like that because
definitely. Yeah.
Cap is a non-hazing organization for sure. You know what I'm saying? But like, it changed me, man. It every time I find myself in a situation that just like is discomforting, I can always think of a piece of something that I learned in Kappa. Like, you know, this isn't like just a big brother told me later on in life that, you know, you should stop walking in grass. And I'm like, why? It's like, because there's no shortcuts in life. You know what I'm saying? So like, even that thought process of like, if you got to get somewhere, you might have to take the long way because there's no other route to get there. Yeah. So you still got to go though. So just do it. Just see it through. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
See it through.
But you know.
And I know it changed you because when I remember like my roommates was in the interest group. I had no interest in, you know, I had interest in fraternities, but not like Divine Nine. And then I seen you. I was like, I met Teroy before Kappa and after Kappa. This dude Teroy, it was like a different aura. I was like, oh, whatever he on, I want that. So that's when I became interested.
Became interested because of me?
Yeah, I told you that.
It was like because of me though.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
You, and then I made that bet with Lucky and Antoine.
I remember the bet. I remember the bet.
I still got my money for that too. So it was only $20. They got to pay up.
Wow, I didn't know that.
It was a bet.
I had a big impact on that though.
You and then it was Rashad and then Kenny at Cross. I was like, oh, I'm on too. Like,
Summer Ridge,
sign me up. So and then that's when I became interested. And
you did it. Hey, man.
Yeah. Luckily, even though I dropped, but I did it.
You didn't drop because Kappa Alpha is not a hazing organization. You decided to walk away for a second.
No, dropped the interest group and I
came. Oh, yeah. I dropped the interest group. You did drop the interest. You was like, I'm not interested anymore. Yeah. I am blessed that you came back, though, because, like, you know, even that process. I remember when Miles came and talked to you.
I got to call for Miles.
Yeah.
So, you know, the most impact, like, Lucky and Antoine, they called me. They was like, look, bro.
And you know I was so mad at Luck. Because first of all, I had a conversation with Luck. Luck is like one of my best friends. We all came in together, right? And he decided not to do Kappa. Cool. But then when Kels was doing it, he was invested to make sure that, you know, you did well.
Yeah.
And I had just called him one time, man. I was like, bro, like, I don't think Kels want to do it, man. I think he's stepping away. He's no longer interested in everything else. He was like, what? He was hot. He said, I'm about to call. I said, don't you dare call him, man, because this is between us. Like, this is between my brother. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. All right, cool. Let me just vent to you. All right, cool. Man, I get a call 10 minutes later. He said, all right. He said he coming back. I said, what? What just happened?
Yeah, lucky called me.
Oh man. Yeah. But sometimes I guess you need that from a certain person.
Yeah, my roommates, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Them was like my brothers, man. My roommates was crazy. I feel like, you know, we met at Summer Bridge and I had a little Saturn car, like stick shift. And we was going to get some food because they let us out from the dorms for a little bit to go shopping, whatever. And then Lucky was like, I ride with you. And the answer was, I ride with you. That's how we met. We went to the store to get some food. And then since there, I stalled on at the light. They was laughing. I stalled. And then it was Damon. You remember Damon?
I do remember Damon, yeah.
So Damon was supposed to be our roommate. He was supposed to be our fourth roommate.
I remember.
And then he dropped and went with some, I think he got a house or something. But it was all of us. It was supposed to be all roommates. But yeah, that's how we met.
Yeah, man. Look, it's been a long time, but I'm grateful of the time that we have and spend together, man, because we do stuff like this all the time.
For real.
But now we're just putting it on video.
Yeah, we got to link up, man. I feel like it's been 10 years since I graduated, and I think you graduated 2014.
Yeah.
So it's been 9 years. Yeah. And then I think we should have everybody come to homecoming. Are you going? Well, homecoming is next month. I don't know if you'll be here.
You know what? I wasn't able to make it last year. Last year was popping.
Yeah, because the Qs and the Deltas, they hosted like a homecoming weekend.
Are they doing it this year?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm there.
Yeah.
Hey, I ain't missing this one. Again, I called my Sans because your Sans came down. I said, oh, 2K13 is out?
Yeah.
I said, I'm high.
I don't think I went last year. I think I was doing something.
You always doing something.
Yeah.
2K13. Miles came. You know, it was something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, I think I'm gonna reach out to them, see if they want to come out for homecoming.
I would be there if it falls on the right day for me because I have stuff I got to do in LA. So
busy man. We'll get into that in more depth right now.
Man, I'm just a brother trying to live. Man.
So Fresno State, you got a degree in mass communication journalism.
I did. Broadcasting.
Tell us about that.
So here's the thing about that degree that I do not use really. it was something that I knew I've always wanted to do is be on TV. So to take it back, so I am an actor, currently getting my MFA at the University of Florida. I always wanted to be an actor since I watched my grandma watch TV. It was this time, I think she was watching either Walker's Texas Ranger or Touched by an Angel, you know? And I'm like, mommy. And she just smiling at the TV, not like ignoring me. I'm like, mommy, like I'm trying to get your attention. I didn't want nothing. I'm like, I'm a child. But I realized something. She's like, what, boy? I realized something at that moment is like, I want to do what these people are doing to her.
Grabbing the attention.
Yeah, I want to make people feel like how she feels. She was so happy. She was just smiling. It's like nothing else mattered. I'm like, man, that's what I want to do. But growing up in the hood and growing up and not knowing anything, I didn't
Stockton, it's not really actors come out of there. It's not like LA, Hollywood, so it's kind of...
I didn't think it was possible for people like me. Like I didn't grow up with celebrities. I didn't grow up with people who was doing it. Like I didn't,
especially acting. That's like a norm.
I didn't know any of that. So it wasn't until Fresno State I was like, well, I'm going to go into broadcasting because I do like to talk sports. I do like to talk in front of the camera. So why not? But then I realized later, like close to my getting my degree, news is very depressing.
Because there's a lot of bad stuff happening.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff happening too, but the stuff that gets the most prominence, the most voice, is the stuff that's like negative. I'm like, I don't want to be around it all day, and my energy and my soul.
It make you paranoid.
Yeah, but I was already too close to the degree. I'm like, I'm gonna get it. I also did get a minor in business as well because everything deals with business. So yeah,
that's what's up. Okay, so let's talk about. We talked about Kappa. You joined a fraternity. You were actually the pole mark for a little bit of Pi Beta chapter.
Talk about So one thing Kappa did do is put me in a leadership role without me even knowing how much I enjoyed being in leadership like that. You know what I'm saying? Kappa changed my life in many facets, but the pole mark, I was pole mark for like 2.5, 3 years, man. And I really tried to change the dynamic of the chapter. I tried to like increase, the numbers on the yard. I tried to like win chapter of the year in the Western Province. I did not, but we came close. I wanted to do so much that, because Pi Beta is also a small chapter, I was like, man, we're going to be everywhere. So that's what I did. I was everywhere supporting.
I feel like you was really active in putting Pi Beta, making sure other cities knew who he was here.
Hey,
you know what I'm
this
saying?
quick story real quick. So this happened, I was in Florida like maybe 2 months ago. I live out there, but James, or Provide James, 2K6, he part owner of Cockies with Mike Smith.
Big Brother Contagious.
Big Brother Contagious. I've always liked the name. Somebody once told me, like, what is he contagious?
Shout out James, Cockies Bar and Grill. Go get you some good wings, man.
Some wings.
Some good food there,
best
man.
wings in Fresno. They just had Giannis over there. So anyway, the point of the matter is, he was in Oakland. He's from the Bay. He was at I think some kind of party. I don't know. And like Anoop pressed him. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, where you from? Whatever, He's like, oh, I'm from Pi Beta. And he was like, I ain't never seen you before. I got to ask Teroy. James was so hot. He called me talking about he want to fight me. I'm like, I'm not even out there. What you doing?
Because he didn't tell them who he was.
I don't know. I guess Bob.
He was in the Bay. He was in the Bay too?
He was in the Bay. James
from the Bay.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is that somebody said, well, I got to ask Teroy.
Yeah, to check it.
He was like, what?
I'm his profile. What you mean?
That's exactly what he said. He said, man, Neo, man, you got to get down. I'm like, I didn't do nothing. He was like, he was about to fight all the new stuff. He was hot. But again,
they tried to press the wrong one because James don't play.
Yeah, he don't do that. But it's the effort that I put in while I was pole mark and just for the chapter. Like I was everywhere in these 50 states. Like, no lie, I can go to a lot of places and have news, put out of bed for me. So, yeah.
Man, I wish we would have recorded our probate. Like, I wish we had that.
That fell through, and that was on me. I was pole mark at the time, and I was actually planning for Ryan to do it. But something happened, and we weren't able to get it done. But because we haven't recorded in the last few of them.
Yeah.
And
I just feel like maybe that's our chapter of history where we don't record.
We don't record, and that's the problem. Like it could be in the archives. Like 2K1, I saw 2K's ones. 2K2, 2K1, 2K2 is Cisco. 2K1, and I was like, oh, y'all recorded that? He's like, yeah. And he showed it to us when I was interested in Kappa. They showed it to me. I'm like, why we don't do that? So I tried to record Ume's and Rashad's, but
it didn't happen.
It always messed, man. That's just,
that would have been dope to have.
because I was pole mark at the time. So
because none of my family came up to the probate, so it's like they never really witnessed or seen it. So I want them to.
Man, my grandma was on chemo when she saw me probate.
Came? Oh,
yeah. So even while I was going through joining Kappa, my grandma was on like fighting cancer.
Oh, so you was. Oh, yeah.
I was going through a lot, and for her to actually come out there and make it, like my pastor has a message that he says, and he was like, "Hey, missionary, do you need a ride to church?" She was like, "No, I'm headed to Fresno." He was like, "Missionary, you going to Fresno for what?" Oh, Teroy got a show or something.
Oh, she was riding.
She was riding.
Yeah.
And I almost left Kappa at one point because
you
know, it's a lot, man. You got school, you got other things, you got your life, and also trying to join something is like, I don't know, I'm not too sure about at this time. I'm like, it's a lot going on.
Yeah.
My grandma kept me to stay. I was like, Mommy, I think I'm almost done. Like, I think we're gonna take the test soon, you know, do whatever we gotta do. Like, we'll be done soon. She's like, well, how long? I said, I think maybe like less than my hands. He's like, well, then why would you quit?
Yeah.
If you're already there, why would you quit?
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and to see her going through what she was going through, I'm like,
yeah, I'm gonna finish.
Yeah,
I think my son's his father died online too, so that was Sean. I think his dad died online.
Was that online?
It was online. Because remember he left to go to the funeral.
Yeah.
And then,
Wow. Yeah. Because he came back to get Yeah.
Online. So it's rough.
Wow. That. First of all, 2K13 had a lot going on.
Yeah, we was holding it down,
and
man.
you know, I was a pole mark too, so I had a lot going on too to make sure that everything was scopostatic and everything was still going properly because I had a lot to do on the school side and just make sure, like, you know, y'all had grades and all that stuff.
We was holding it down, boy.
Y'all was doing too much though. Jesus, the plan was to have y'all be members way before y'all did. You know, we had to wait till province and everything, but yeah, boy. Yeah. Shout out.
Look, man, we Kappas now. Look.
Yeah, we noobs for sure. Can't take that from us.
Okay, so you talked a little bit about it. So you graduated in 2014.
Yep.
You did 5 years?
I did 5 years, man.
How did I graduate before you?
Because, well, for journalism, it's a lot to my life, man. So for journalism, you have to take a test. And my English was horrible. It's not an English test, but it's like a lot of stuff that deals with that type of stuff. You get 3 chances to pass it. I failed it twice. I failed it twice. On my third time I passed, barely.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's crazy. And that's the reason why I had to like take, you know, so.
But Lucky and Antoine graduated after me too. Like, I don't get that.
Well, no, Lucky and Antoine, they took a little longer. But you know Lucky changing majors, Lucky just taking the sweet time. For me, I had to wait for this test. Just so I can take
Antoine's kinesiology major. I think Lucky's kines too.
Was he?
What's his major?
Lucky changed it like 3 times. I don't know. It might be
kines. Because I remember him and Antoine had classes.
Okay.
So it might be kines. Okay, so you graduated 2014. You came from Stockton in 2008, came to Fresno. You did your 5 years. Right after Fresno, you shipped out to LA. You was ready to start doing this LA adventure acting and stuff. You didn't waste no time.
So LA, I was still kind of like in a bubble of not sure what I was going to do, but I had faith. And I had Trey, right? I have other noobs. I do have family in LA too.
Okay.
But I had my sans Trey, and I knew Trey would have me like.
Have your back. We got it.
Yeah. Just for me knowing I had him, I knew I'd be okay. But I went to LA on a whim of like, you have to understand the life that I lived in Fresno, right? I'm not saying I lived the life in Fresno, but I felt like it was a ceiling I was hitting.
Yeah.
I couldn't go no further than this. And that was the reason I was like, I got to leave.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I got to try something else. And I did do a play in Fresno that I really enjoyed too.
I think I came to that one.
Yeah, it was called To and Fro. And I'm like, maybe I can do this acting thing.
Yeah, shout out Tim Ellis.
Shout out to
Fresno
Tim.
State, Noob too. Yeah.
Come on, like I was like, maybe I can do this acting thing. And then I remember seeing one of my sans, Terry, on like a billboard, like a toothpaste commercial. I'm like, how you do that? Right? He said, you're going to acting class. I said, well, where the acting class at? He led me somewhere, and next thing I know, I said, yep, this is what I want to do. I always knew this is what I wanted to do. I was too scared to do it. Let's go do it.
But you have to be in LA to do it.
Yeah, that's why I felt too. But yeah, again, I had to leave Fresno because, yeah, I was popping. Whatever that means.
Thought process.
Yeah.
Tim Ellis, remember that in class? When he
he said
thought process. You remember that?
I remember Ellis giving me a B. I remember Ellis. Ellis is always, man. I love Ellis though.
Where he's like, you gotta talk without moving your forehead.
Yeah. Ellis is always challenging me, stop licking your lips. You're doing too much LL Cool J.
Ellis know what he's doing though. He been there a while, man. He know what he's doing.
He's helped a lot of people. He's also like one of the reasons why I got my going to get my master's degree.
That's what's up. So moving to LA, been in LA for 7 years before you went back to go to Florida. Tell me about that 7 years. And I know you got text me. It was 7.
6 or 7. It was a long time.
Yeah, it was a long gap. So you was in LA chilling, and then you decided to go back to school for acting. And you had text me. It's like, hey Jay, man, what you think about getting your master's?
Yeah.
I got that text, and I was like, yeah, man, I've been thinking about it too. And so tell me like those 7 years and why you decided you wanted to go back to school and pursue the acting at an educational level.
Before I had to get there, I got to tell you. So once moving to LA, and I'm figuring out how to do this acting thing, taking classes. Like my first agent showcase, I got an agent, right? Mm-hmm. So I thought when I had my agent, it's gonna be plush. I said, oh, I'm one of them ones. Yeah. Come on, I ain't got nothing. So then I sat on my butt for 9 months and they dropped me. So I knew at that point, I said, I cannot let someone else control my destiny. So then I was on the ground running. So then that's when I start booking stuff with the J-Lo music video, the Super Bowl commercial.
So you booked that yourself without an agent?
Yeah, but I booked that all by myself.
How you?
I was on the ground running. I'm telling you, the moment I got dropped.
Like auditions?
Yeah, auditions. Okay. The moment I got dropped from that agency, I was like.
They dropped because they feel like you wasn't working hard or what?
Me knowing what I know now, I was not working at all. I wasn't doing anything. I was waiting for them to give me a call, right? But they also weren't giving me a call, right? There's things I could have been doing. I could have been networking. I could have been in classes. I could have got better headshots. Better headshots. But I was also working like 5 jobs to survive in LA, but to each his own. That happened. So then I started really getting stuff in, boom, boom, boom. And I remember coming back to Fresno because Miles came down, and Miles is also an actor. He has an MFA from the University of Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Shout
out to my saying seven-tailed dog, Miles Bullock.
Yeah, man, Miles B.
We got a lot of noops acting. We got you, Teroy Roberts. We got Miles Bullock. Mm-hmm. We have Tim Ellis. I think he got some acting credits.
Tim got
a little bit.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. I mean, Tim got his MFA. He got his MFA, and then we got Brass.
We got Keith Bowden.
We got Keith. Yeah,
bro.
Keith is out here.
I'm gonna talk about Keith. Let me mention that we got Brass. Mm-hmm. Brass be doing. I don't know if he's signed or not. He just be doing stuff. I think he an industry plant. I think he connected to the industry because I be seeing Brass he was on the bus in Fresno. He be on the casino.
Did you see him on the Hulu, the Pyramid Show?
Yeah, I saw him on the Pyramid Show with Cedric. He's in it too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Braz is over here doing stuff.
He's working. You know, he just graduated from. He did a course at some arts. I didn't know that. He just graduated. He had 2 classes. He did that over the summer.
Oh, I didn't even know. See,
he works in silence, but he is working. Before you about to talk about
Keith Bowden. So, bro, I'll be watching Lifetime. Little criminal first 48 or something, right? I'm sitting here watching this little episode. I think it was on Hulu or whatever. And then I see this guy come on. He's a cop, and it was like a haunted house or something. The cop had to go in the house. I'm like, babe. I'm talking to Shanae. I'm like, babe. I think that's Keith. And then I didn't know for sure, and so I showed her the picture. She's like, yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's him. Random episodes, you can see Keith everywhere. I mean, his resume is crazy. So we got a whole bunch of noops, especially from Pi Beta, that's really out here acting.
Yeah, we doing thing. But like going back to the story real quick of how I went and started going to get my degree. So it was me, Miles, Tim, and Keith is on the phone. So all the people that you mentioned are in this car besides Brass.
In
right?
the car?
In the car. Well, Keith is on phone, right? And then I cannot forget this, right? Because at this time, Miles has a master's degree. Tim Ellis has a master's degree. Keith has a master's degree, and it's just me.
So it's
just me, right? And like we're talking, I'm acting at the time, and Keith was like, Teroy is the only one in this car out of us that's doing the acting thing that don't have the credentials. And I don't know. I told Keith. I told Keith this recently. He said, "I don't remember saying that, but it was true." I said, "Yeah," and it stuck with me. And that was the first spark in my head. Well, maybe I should actually go get training for this, because everybody who was training are working.
Yeah,
like it's not by accident. People that you watch the most are trained. Our child stars too. But that's also experienced the training experience. So cut that. Miles, after that fact, really kept pushing me. You should go, man. Look, they need black folks at all these schools, bro. You gonna get in. You gonna get in. He was like, yeah, man. You can have a moment. You have a good job, good career. But like, do you want a long career? You need training, man. You gotta get to work. So Keith was pushing me. Miles was pushing me, and so I decided to go audition. 2018, and there's a program that you pay for that you can audition for like all schools at once.
Oh, wow.
Right. So I got a call back from, I went to New York.
Oh, wow.
My own money. I auditioned in front of all these white folks, right? Made them laugh and all these goodness. And I got a call back from a few schools. And eventually I got on the wait list for North Carolina, Chapel Hill.
Wow.
And didn't get in.
You didn't get in?
Didn't get in. So I said, man, funk these schools. I'm forgetting my master's program. I ain't worried about none of that. But then COVID hit. And then I moved back to Stockton. I said,
moved back? I thought you was still in LA. So you did.
After COVID hit, I moved back to Stockton because we didn't know what the world was going to be.
Yeah.
You right? So that year, I was like, I can't just be sitting here doing. I got to do something. So then I tried again, and this time I got into University of Florida, man.
Checking out, see it.
And it's all paid for, by the way. Don't get it fooled. They pay for your they pay for your master's degree. Go get it.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So that Keith, Miles, and Ellis, like without that, you going to Fresno State and being around these people that's acting and telling you need your master's, you been in Stockton and not having that influence or just people around you in that area, you probably wouldn't even be where you at right now.
I would nowhere be where I'm at right now. Nobody around me has a master's degree. Like I remember, rest in peace, my mom. My mom passed away last year, and I was like, Mom, I'm gonna go get my master's. It's like, you don't get your AA? Don't you got your AA at Fresno? I said, Mom, first of all, I got a bachelor's in Fresno, but she don't know what that is. Mm-hmm. These people don't really know the impact of what a master's is.
You first generation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's big.
First generation.
Even
Kappa,
just the
everything.
undergrad is big, but master's is a whole another step.
You know what I'm saying? My grandma was like, we're gonna get you to school. It was never we gonna graduate from school.
We're gonna get you there.
We're gonna get you to school. But when I got here and I joined Kappa, then I was like, oh, I gotta graduate. Yeah. And I wanna do it at a high level. So then I started getting awards. And then, like I was on the dean's list. Like I was really like
trying to
then master's.
Well, it's just been around Kappas in general, just how they talk, how they carry themselves. It's like you already gotta elevate at a high level because those profiles, those brothers that's older than you.
The first millionaire that I met was a Kappa. That wasn't like a drug dealer or something like that. Like my first, and he gave me like 5 good tips that I still think about. So
yeah, so it's a good networking. But yeah, I can't wait to see you on the show. Well, I already seen you on I think I seen you on a Super Bowl commercial. Yeah, I seen you in the J-Lo thing. Yeah, I've been seeing you do little side projects. I know you did a project with Miles where you were the writer. Miles was the director. So tell me a little bit about that.
Man, that is still in post-production. So here's one thing I have to also say. You know, me, Your Rock, and my brother talked about, like, what is it that make us special? And at the time I said, you know, I have this thing that people just have to love for Teroy. Like, people just have a genuine love for me. Like, I'm a good dude, yes, but, like, people just gravitates towards me. I now come to realize that I think that is just God's favor around me. But I say that to say, I wrote a film. Miles directed it for free. He said, so what you want to do? I'll do it for you. Yeah. I said, I could try to pay. He said, for free. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, we need an assistant director. One of the homies, who's also an actor, Elijah Reed. You can watch him on, well, I can't promote that right now because the writer's strike, but he's an actor, one of my best friends. He said, bro, I'll do your assistant director for you for free. Free. Like, mind you, this stuff all costs money. Nope. People, this is people's time and energy. And it's like, I do it for free. Then my lead actress for free. I'll play the other actor. My cinematographer, the cameraman, bro, I got you. Free?
Damn.
I was like, this is amazing. So I did pay for something though. This is what I'm getting to. I paid for the sound. And the sound was the only thing that was messed up.
Damn. The sound's important.
The sound is very important, but I guess the boom mic kept hitting something. Like it just messed up the whole film that we're still trying to like figure that out.
Did they have a backup or they just did one sound?
I think they did one sound. I don't know how those sound work, especially at that time.
Yeah, so basically you got to have a backup because sometimes with sound is tricky. Like I remember had a client recording a whole video of him talking, got done with the video, no sound. And so now, even we doing a podcast, we have the lavaliers, so we double mic'd up. Something go wrong, we have something backed up that's still professional, high quality.
See, we didn't have any of that. I paid him for that, so I figured he would do it. Yeah. Lights, crew, everybody else did it for the love of Teroy because, you know what I mean? Like, I appreciate it. Yeah. The spot that I used was my homegirl's house. She said, yeah, I'll be at work. Go use it. I said, God is good. But anyway, so it's still in post-production, but Miles did a very good job directing. Everybody played their part very well. Yeah.
So tell me about Hey Now, Say Now.
Oh, my goodness. These stuff is crazy. So, okay. This is what I would say about Hey Now, Say Now, because you know what I'm saying? It's a banger. It's a music video. It is a song. I do practice artistry in a fashion of rapping, but I'm not a rapper. I consider myself more as an artist, but I'm also not even in the music thing, but I do music.
Your brother Humble's a rapper, though, right?
Yeah.
Shout out Humble.
Yeah. Hey, Humble ain't the only way. Your girl got to pay to stay.
So Humble, I was looking at his profile. You didn't have to do my homework. That's your brother. I think I met him before when we came to Stockton. So he's in LA now. I think it's
no, he's still in Stockton.
Okay, his location's in LA. So I was like, oh,
he probably make it look better. I don't know. Yeah. He probably
can't say where you at. Okay,
he can't say where you at. Hey, but yeah. So like, and the other people was my cousins that I grew up with in the gang. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, man, just making music. I try to put people together just to also get a light on it. I've also realized that Teroy is sort of a name. So if I'm attached to it, some people will watch it because my name is attached to it.
Gravitate to it.
Yeah, so I try to use it and help people out. So
tell me a little bit about the Flockers.
The Flockers. Oh my goodness. So
it seemed like they had I was looking at the actors and stuff. It seemed like they had a group of people that's really trying to do it in LA. It's LA, right? LA project?
Yeah. So the Flockers is a I Am Fresh Films production, which is actually going through a change of name right now. But the people on that project are people that you see very much on your social media, right? So you have King V, you have what's the name? Juwan Jones, I believe it is. I might have said that wrong, but you have these people who are like social media stars that I got to work with, man, and they're like really doing the thing though. Like this is their full-time job. Like they make their own series, their own TV shows, their own social media things through their phones and like cameras and their own content.
They're recording through the phone?
Well, no, I'm just saying like it's their content, but they stream through the phone. Wow. You know what I mean? You go on Snapchat, you could probably watch one of their shows.
Wow, that's crazy.
Or YouTube. Like they have a big following. And I think maybe not the Flockers, but it was another one I did with them because that was the second one. I did one, I forgot what it's called. It was a different one I did with them that got over like 1 million views.
That's crazy.
Like they are working. So shout out to them. But that was a fun project, man. Every time I like to have fun.
I think I see you in BuzzFeed as well. That's another place I seen you at.
BuzzFeed. That was fun. They paid me to go travel. That was like, again, even that, like I got that by myself. Yeah. Like my agent didn't give me any of those things because I didn't have an agent at the time. So.
Okay, one more thing, something that's current. We are doing The Wizard of Oz. So I think your character is Brian or Jalen. Brian? Is it Brian?
So I did that project years ago. It just happened to come out now.
That's how most movies are, though.
But that was like years ago. Like I remember like auditioning for something totally irrelevant, and then think the writer director called me on something else, and he called me on that. And I think it became that because I think it was something else at first. I believe so. Yeah, I think I watched it once. And I was like, but yeah.
So what would you encourage somebody that's maybe getting out of college or trying to get into acting? What would you kind of encourage them or recommend to them that they do the next step?
I think the next steps. I think it depends on what step they are in, but I would say practice. As Rashad would say, repetition is the father of learning.
My lady, shout out Rashad over there. Hold it down with baby Caleb. Well, he ain't baby Caleb, he's big Caleb now.
Run around everybody.
Him and Rita. Shout out to my AD. You know, Rashad is smart as hell. Dago, 619. You know what I'm saying?
But he always tell me that, and it's like in my head too. Repetition is the father of learning. So practice, in whatever you're trying to do. But also, I think there's an importance that people are lacking when they don't know the impact training can have on someone. Mind you, this is my first time getting training, so I didn't know either. I was just going off experience and learning as I go.
Yeah.
But you can go get trained for this. Go do it. Most schools pay for it. They'll pay for your master's degree. Or go to an improv school. Like, there are so many different ways of also being around creatives. You know what I'm saying? Because like when you think about Spike Lee or like just other directors and everybody, they use people that they know, that they worked with before, that they're comfortable with.
Yeah.
So being around creatives also helps you get into the door, because you never know who might from your group blow.
Yeah, and then they just bring them along.
Yeah, bring you along, man. That stuff is important. So I would say the next step, just go get training, go to school.
I'm gonna go back a little bit. Rashad was another person from Summer Bridge. When I seen him join, I was like, oh yeah. I met him freshman year orientation. He was late. He had a do-rag on. He was sagging. Rashad, right? You know, hood nigga. You just know. I was like, oh damn, this dude, he's from the hood, right? And then he joined Kappa. I'm like, yeah, that's another brother.
Shirt and tie. Pretty Tuesdays.
Life changed.
Remember Pretty Tuesdays?
Oh yeah. And then to go back on that, I just lost my train of thought. I was going to talk about. I forgot.
Rashad?
No, you was talking about before that. Oh, acting. Okay. So how do you feel like when you seeing your peers and people you like went to school with, or they're on a big screen, they're getting that break, that top movie, that top episode, they resume just building, people you know and stuff like that. And not to say that you hate on them, but it's like, man, you seeing it, you in the same field as them. How do you keep that self-worth? Like, okay, I'm just gonna wait my turn. You know, my turn's gonna happen. I'm gonna blow up too. Or if it don't, like, how does that feel knowing that you're seeing people like?
Well, that actually is currently happening now, mind you, because I was in LA for 7 years.
Yeah.
So the people I was coming up with are now on these shows blowing up. I can watch if it's a new show, somebody I know is on there.
That's crazy.
So I'm gonna give him the phone call like, hey bro,
I see you
on there, bro. I just called somebody the other day off of Winning Time, one of the homies who's Alpha. He's on there. He's like, yeah, bro. But anyway, how do I feel about it, man? I think it's an interesting thought because I'm in school and it's like, I can't be there with y'all, but I'm so happy for them though. Like, I'm always saluting my friends. If you know anything about me, what you do, I salute all my friends.
That's true.
I salute all my, man, I have a thing, well, I'll get to you later. I have a playbill where I shout out Miles, like at the University of Florida. So if they read my bio, they saw Miles' name in it. Like, I didn't have to do that, but it's like, for me, like, I'm shouting out all my friends. I want everybody to win, because if they win, I win. Yeah. But I also know how hard it is for this journey, how hard it is, man. Yeah. Like, go win, man. I think life is already hard enough. So when I see somebody winning, I'm saluting, man. Remember I told you, I was like, you can say you my personal photographer, right? You don't have to be it, but like, if my name was that big, like, yeah, I'm like his personal photographer. Like, yeah, man.
Searching.
Yeah, like, go. I want us all to win. I can't eat all this food by myself. I can't leave it all to myself. Okay. Why not share it? You know what I'm saying? True. I aspire to inspire. I aspire to serve, man. Come on now. Yes.
Good.
But yeah,
you always been that way since I've been knowing you. Like, you always, gave people their flowers, and and then you check up a lot. A lot of people, friends from college, high school, whatever. Some of them you still friends with them, but you don't really communicate like you did when you was in school. So that's one thing you do. Always check them in. How you doing? You good? Every family good? You good? So I do appreciate that, because that's good to have people checking up on you.
I definitely try, man. I know we're getting to the end of the interview pretty soon. So this is something I've been doing since I'm on this podcast tour right now. And, so this is Blood at the Root. It's a play I did at the University of Florida on the big stage. It is the last time I...
Point to the camera.
Oh, point to the camera. This is Blood at the Root. It is a play I did at the University of Florida on the big stage. And it will be my last time at the big stage at the University of Florida. I have more plays, but there's 2 different stages, right? So this play is actually the first play I did after my mom passed. And I say that to say it was hard because also the character that I played lost his mom.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Did the school know that?
The school, no.
So they know it.
My director, people in the cast knew though.
Okay.
And shout out to my cast. They showed me so much love and grace. Because there'll be times like I also have a monologue in there where I talk about my mom. And, you know, sometimes I like during rehearsals I had to have to breathe, man. It's very close to home.
Don't they want you to let that out though when you're acting?
They want you to I think it depends on what the actor is trying to do, right? But anyway, so this is based off a real play by Dominique Morris. So
is this a visual?
This just a playbill. So this play,
I'm not an actor.
This playbill is what they give you when you come into the theater, right?
Okay.
Where you read about the cast, you read about the play, and all that stuff.
So we can't even watch it.
No, copyright. You can't watch it.
But they record it though.
They didn't record it. Mm-mm.
What's the?
They couldn't record it because of copyright reasons.
Oh, okay.
For them to record it, they would have to hit her up and like try to get like a lot of stuff.
Paperwork and stuff.
Yeah, so but I do have the playbill, and I'm giving this out to my loved ones for something to keep, something to throw away. I already signed it. It's up to you since I know a lot of people aren't able to see me. Florida's far away.
Yeah, you still got plays coming up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta let us know so my stands, we can go out.
And they ain't going, man. Look, it's expensive coming to Florida.
Hey, man, we'll make it happen. We went to Texas for the wedding with Tony.
Oh, my dean?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a fun time.
Yeah. Nooch know how to fly out. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I understand. Look, I do graduate next year, so I have one play coming up.
We're going to try to make it.
In February 9th to the 18th.
February, okay. Text it to me. I'll put it in our group chat.
All right, you can see. But anyway, to say a little more about this real quick. So I feel like this also encompasses my grandma's soul. My mom's soul. Because this is kind of thing that I was able to like let out. Also, so my character lost his mom, right? Mm-hmm. This play takes place like in 2000s. So my director and my wardrobe person and stuff was like asking me like, okay, what would your character have on his person? What would he have? I'm like, well, he'd have a picture of his mom. Yeah. Because his mom was important, right? I'm creating my own backstory for this character, right? Essentially. And so what they did, man, they asked for a picture of me and my mom. Wow. So on stage, mind you, my mom has never seen me perform in anything, right? On stage, she got to be there on stage with me every night. Dang. And there was a moment where I'm like in detention and I have like 2 minutes. I'm just looking at our picture. Me and her, I'm talking to her under my breath. Still waiting for my cues and stuff, but like I was able to have a moment with her on stage, on the biggest stage University of Florida has.
That's a story.
So I wanted to share this with you. And if you don't mind, I would love for you, since we are on the camera right now, to read my bio out loud. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you read it.
Oh, you can. Well, you know what I mean. Okay. You have you up in here studying.
Okay. I'll read
Go ahead.
This one, man. So this is my biography. Teroy Roberts plays DeAndre. Teroy's first show after the passing of his mother, Dolores Lindsay, November 23rd, 22. He dedicates this to her memory. Although she never had the chance to see him perform, he smiles at the thought that his mother and his grandmother, Florine Lindsay, are now in heaven with front row seats, watching him and saying, "That's my baby." So me and my mom would always like, that was like her thing for me. She would like stare at me sometimes. I'm like, "What are you doing, mama?" She'd be like, "You my baby." I'm like, "What?" She'd be like, "That's my baby." You know what I mean? That's a very personal thing that nice. She would say. So I put that in my bio, man.
That's good. So, and you call your grandma mommy and your mom mama.
Yeah.
Okay, I seen that. Yeah.
But you know what's crazy? I don't think I showed you this. I don't think I told you. I do have a solo performance that I can share with you. Can't show you that one because that one wasn't recorded.
Oh, you got to record it though.
Yeah, it's 15 minutes long. If you would like to, it's a salute to my hood. It's a salute to like African American. It's a lot in 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. If you want to watch it, I can send it to you.
Yeah, send it to me. I'll watch it. Send me that in the dates, and we're gonna plan a trip out there to Florida. Cause I've never been to Florida, so that'd be cool.
I mean, yeah, you can come. I know people right now either come into like the play or graduation. I say come to the play so you can actually see me perform. I will be performing Everybody by Brandon Jacob Jenkins.
So it's like a week-long performance, right? Or
like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Oh, 2 weeks. So we got a gap.
Yeah, it's like February 9th through the 18th. Just got to choose the day.
9th through the 18th.
Just not Monday, because Monday you have no show Mondays.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We definitely gonna plan a trip. Come out there, see the play. What you mean?
It
All right, when we
sound
pop
good.
up, we're gonna have the camera do behind the scenes and everything.
Ooh, that'd be amazing. Ooh, hey, you know what's crazy? I want to do that for Blood at the Root and like just my experience. I really don't have no footage of my my journey throughout my MFA program. It's like I'm slipping.
Like a day in the life.
Because this is going to help my documentary. I have a documentary one coming out. When? I don't know, but I know it will come out one day. And these are stuff I'm missing on my documentary.
The process.
Yeah, so if you want to, bro, I probably could help you pay.
We
Even with just you. Because now we're talking about business. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to help out if I can, because like that would be so beautiful to me if we can get something like that.
Yeah. So. Yeah, we're going to plan something. But yeah, we almost got a few more things. I just want to talk about just a few more sports topics. And yeah, we can go ahead and wrap it up. Okay. So I know you're a Niners fan. How do you feel about the upcoming season with the Lakers?
I feel very good, by the way, because last year going into that season was horrific. We were like 2-10. It was horrific until the trade deadline. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like AR-15 is our X factor this year. Austin Reeves is our X factor.
He did give them a little juice late in the season.
He is our X factor. I feel very good about the Lakers. I think we still will make a move.
Get some more pieces in there
during trade deadline. Yeah, I think what we have right now is great. I just don't know how it's going to mesh together altogether.
You guys need some more shooters though.
I mean, we if they make the shots, we'll be out. Everybody can shoot now. They're not great, but they're way better than we used to have.
Yeah.
They just got to make them. Like D-Lo can shoot. He's got to make the shots.
You know D-Lo's actually good.
He's got to make the shots.
Yeah, I went to the game. I went to one of the games with Clippers was playing the Lakers. I think LeBron was out. That would have been cool to see.
Do you still talk to Paul George, PG?
So look, me and PG, we was never like friends like that.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, we just like, so the story about me and Paul George, and shout out to Paul George and the podcast P. Have you
I watch it.
That? Yeah. So Paul George got a podcast.
He went to I'm a fan of PG, Fresno State, of course.
So the thing about me and Paul George. Me and Paul George is from the same hometown. I'm from Lancaster. He's from Palmdale. Palmdale is like right next door. We graduated 2008. He went to Pete Knight High School. I went to Pericles High School. We both attended Fresno State. He was on the Fresno State basketball team. I played for the Fresno State football team. So it was kind of like, we're from the same hometown, same university, we're the same age. His birthday is May 2nd. Mine is May 16th. He's a Taurus. Like
May 2nd. Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. So it's like, everything is like, I ran into Paul George like 3 times at Fresno State. The first time I ran into him, we was at not a Kappa party, but like just a regular fraternity party. And then this big old tall dude was like, "What's up, bro?" I was like, "What's up, man?" But it was Paul George. And then I ran into him when my older brother John is best friends with Davion. They call him Smooth. And Davion's Paul George's cousin.
Oh, okay.
So they came up to a Fresno State game with Davion and my brother. And my brother was like, "Hey, I'm in Fresno." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So I pulled up and we went to the Paul George game. And he did like a dunk exhibition. His mom was up here and stuff like that. So I met him then. And then I met Paul George when he got drafted to the Indiana Pacers.
You met him why he got drafted?
He came back to Fresno after he got drafted in 2010. He was leaving the Bulldog Lane. And he had like a little Jeep. He had a black little Jeep or something, or Hummer, whatever. He was bumping music. And I was like, "Hey, man," I was with Antoine and Lucky, I think, at the time. I was like, "Hey, P, man, congratulations on getting drafted." He's like, "Oh, man, thank you, bro, appreciate it." He was pulling out, he was slapping.
PG has always been solid, man. The times that I talked with him, which wasn't long at all either, like high and by mostly too, he's always been solid, man. That's cool, another reason why I was like, I support P, because he never did nothing wrong to me. He would always say what's up to me. He like, say what's up, bro? Like, he would always say what's up.
He's definitely down to earth. So we definitely didn't have like a friendship like that, but I'm definitely a fan because we came from the same neighborhood, same college. And I'm just a fan of basketball and his basketball.
I don't know nobody who supports him like you though.
Oh yeah, I rep Paul George for sure.
He said, "I'm a Clipper fan because of Paul George." I said, "What?"
661 all day.
That's
you already
crazy.
know what it is.
My man got the shoes. I said, "Oh, you."
Oh yeah, I don't wear nothing. I don't wear Jordans. I don't wear nothing but PGs.
That's cool, man. That's what's up. That's what's up though.
So yeah,
the Lakers. Yeah, we gonna get the
Fresno. I noticed that you're a big Fresno State fan. Of course, you went to Fresno State. Yeah. They just beat Purdue. Who they got this week? Do you know? I don't know what team.
I don't know at all.
They play Saturday. It's all white game. first home opener. I think it's the first opener.
I will say I'm a big Fresno State fan because it's the first college that I actually got to see like a college game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't know, like I knew colleges and stuff like that, but
I didn't know neither.
it was really like Fresno State. It's like, oh snap, this is the thing. Like, oh yeah, Fresno State.
We don't have an NFL team, so it's like the heart of Fresno.
Yeah, but then now going to being a Gator and seeing the difference in like even the stadium, the fans, this is different. Fresno State got that they game up for sure.
So it's a bigger school, you know.
Yeah, but like I think
or just the atmosphere.
Their capacity is like 90,000, I think.
Ours
at
is
the stadium.
Like, ours not that much.
It's like 40 something.
Yeah, so it's
30 something.
It's more. Yeah, can't even hear.
It's crazy. I'm like, this stuff is crazy. But yeah,
it's a home field advantage. Mm-hmm. Okay, so last sports topic is Deion Sanders in Colorado State. Man, I'm hyped up. I want to play for Deion.
What? Prime, put me out there, coach. Hey, I'll serve y'all water. Like, what Deion is doing, though.
It's crazy.
For him to go from an HBCU to Colorado, what Deion is doing, it should be documented every day. I know they're documenting stuff right now, but like, this story has to be told. It should be in the history books. Mm-hmm. He doesn't even have to win. But what Deion has done for the game, it's remarkable for the kids. He is changing their lives to become better men. Mm-hmm. I think people forget that football is one thing, but what Deion is also instilling in these kids,
more than football.
It's more than football. These are becoming better men because of what Deion is doing. And I'm just fascinated, man. I ain't watched a college game in a long time, in a while, but I watched that because Fresno State was on at the same time, and then I was like, well, we losing, and then Colorado got a back.
Yeah, I'm keeping up with Fresno State and Colorado this year. Then I'm gonna try to get some more college teams to look out for. But yeah, it's crazy.
I'll just watch what I can. But like, yeah, shout out to Prime Time, man. Can I ask you a question for?
Yeah, go ahead.
So this is my question. What is your motivation to get out of bed every morning? Like, what makes you put your 2 feet down and go do what you have to do every day?
I don't know. You know, I just always been a hard worker. Always had to be like doing something. Definitely my kids though. You know, I got to make sure my kids have what they need. So that's, you know, that gets me going every day when I wake up. Just learning and growing every day. I like to learn. I'm a sponge. So, you know, just my own ambition to be better every day. My family, that gets me going every day just to get out the bed and go to work.
Okay.
What about you? I gotta ask you the same.
Well, shoot, I was not expecting that. There's no ASCII baskies. Whatever the case. Man, for me, man, I think I kind of mentioned it earlier, man. I really aspire to inspire and to serve and to help others. Like I really feel like I'm here to leave a legacy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I don't have kids yet, but I've already like set up like IRAs for like my future kids. Yeah, like I just have accounts. I just have accounts like building for them. You know what I'm saying? Sure. And even without even being my kids, like I use this example, like I'm just cutting down trees. So people after me don't have to cut down the same trees. They can go further than me. Yep. You know what I mean? Kids, cousins, nieces, nephews, friends, people who just see me from afar, if they gain something, doesn't matter. Like these trees that I'm knocking down, they don't have to go through these same trees. Like even with your rock, like when Edward was thinking about going to school, I had already went. So he had to go through the same thing of like, okay, well, how we fill out this financial aid? Like, what can we even go? We don't have no money. So like, can we do this? Well, Teroy got there. He ain't got no money either. He got there, so I can do it too. Like those things are already figured out for him. Yeah. And I told him recently, man, it's like, you know, my journey has taken you as far as I was able to, because you're in a whole different path than me now. No, so your path that you on for people who are about to like see your path and go your route. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's good for our kids, especially my sons. He got kids that he got a father that went to college and an uncle, you know. So it's like we grew up. All I knew was drug dealers, the scammers, the pimps, you know.
Oh yeah.
The gang members.
Yeah, that's all we knew.
So now it's like I got my sons. I'm proud of my sons. My ace, he's a doctor. It's like, oh, I know a doctor. I can call a doctor on the phone. Like, hey man, I got another friend from high school, Courtney. She's a doctor. So it's like, you know, growing up now, my kids, you know, they have a, you know, different network, and I can, you know, call these different people that I went to school with and contact them. And it's like us growing up, it was different. We didn't have that.
One of the homies told me recently for Hood Day, I still do go to Hood from time to time. I try not to anymore because one of the homies just got killed in broad daylight 2 weeks ago. But one of the homies told me, he's like, man, I tell my daughter to go to school like you. Like, go to school like your Uncle Teroy. She don't even know me like that. Yeah. He's like, but I want her to go to school like you and get out of here.
They see the difference.
They see the difference. You know what I'm saying? One of them was like, yeah, I'll go join the they call it sororities. I don't know why they always think the sororities and fraternities. You know what I mean?
They don't
like,
know.
They don't know. But it's like, yeah, I see you out there doing your thing. And yeah, like, so yeah. It was something else I was going to say though, real quick. Yep. Nope. Can't not about that.
So. Oh, I skipped one sports question. Shannon Sharp left Skip Bayless. Now he's with Stephen A. Smith. Did you see the episode when he was calling him Skip?
He was like, Skip! I'm sorry. It's been 7 years. Stephen A. was like, it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand it too.
Yeah, so used to saying it like debating back and forth. It's like, Skip. Like, that's just...
He was like, see, that's your problem, Skip.
He's like, I'm sorry.
It's funny, man. I enjoy Shannon Sharp though as a man, like as a person. Like he's cool. Like I like Shannon.
So I would watch Undisputed. I would watch First Take, and I like Skip Bayless. Don't get me wrong, but I think I liked it Shannon Sharp more than Skip when he went to the network, and then him and Stephen A. I like that format better. I'm getting used to the Skip and the new crew. Yeah. I don't really like it yet. Well, I'm not gonna say I don't like it. It's just not. It's not clicking for me yet. I got to get used to it
because I like all the people over there. Michael Irvin is funny. Keyshawn, Richard.
But they're not
Sherman.
Shannon Sharp though.
They're not Shannon Sharp. Rich Sherman's a Sigma. So, but I like Rich.
He's from Compton, so he's from LA. Yeah. I think I met one of his cousins. My brother is friends with one of his cousins in my hometown. But
I mean, they all doing what we trying to do.
Yeah,
trying.
So let's wrap it up. One last question. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Like, what's your...
Wow, 5 years? First and foremost, I see myself with a master's degree, which will happen next year. I just have to do this play. That's the easy part. The hard part is doing all this writing I got to do. Thesis papers of 50 pages and comps and stuff like that. Anyway, but I'm going to have my master's degree for sure. 5 years, I will be back in LA. I want my own place. I never had my own place in LA.
LA is expensive.
It's expensive. Yeah. But in 5 years, I will have my own place, whether it's me or like my significant other if I have one. But like I want my own, like I want something that's mine that I can come home to and be like, yeah, I didn't do dishes today. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do my dishes, but I ain't do dishes today. So I want something that's mine. And also, man, I truly see in myself giving back a lot. Like, yes, I'm an actor, but that's not all that I am. I do so much more than just acting. As a man, as a human, like I want to be able to like. I'm not saying that's going to happen in 5 years, but maybe it will be. But I want to give the commencement speech at my high school graduation. I want to do Fresno State. I want to do University of Florida, and I want to do other schools too. Like I want to be. Actually, I want to do all the schools in Stockton, California. Don't get me wrong. Like, I want to do all the schools commencement speeches. But things like that is stuff I do see coming up very fast once I get this degree. Because I'm about to not finesse this degree, but I'm about to use this degree. I'm a master at my art, at my thing. I'm a master. And so I want to give back to that. You know what I'm saying? And also being on somebody's TV show / films. Because I want to do both. But if I had to lean more towards other, it'd probably be film. But TV making more money, it seems like right now. But like, But it's also, but I like, film has always been my thing. I love film, man.
Okay. All right, I just want to thank you for coming on the podcast. It's been an honor to have you on here, chop it up with you. It's been a while, but I mean, we've been checking in. So, but just to have you on the podcast and get to soak your brain a little bit and see, it's been, last time I saw you, you didn't have the, the twist.
Oh, that's new. That happened last week. It's new.
Different car now. You're changing up the cars and stuff.
I still have my Mustang though. It's in LA.
The black Mustang with the stripes, with the Prince Charming.
K-side Prince Charming. I'm gonna redo it, but I'm gonna take off the K-side Prince Charming.
Oh, that's the K-side made it to.
I know, but it's hot. Everybody knew it my car.
They did.
This is a random story.
And it was a stick shift.
And a random story. So when I first got my car, like I said, I was popping back in college. So I was chilling with a young lady in my car. I picked her up. We were just talking. Wasn't doing nothing. Because I'm a very Christian man. Yeah, right. So we were chilling.
Christian man, yeah.
We were chilling right outside the UVs. And guess who popped up at my car? Antoine.
Because your car.
Because it was my car. He was like, oh, what's up, bro? He was like, oh, my bad. And like it was good. We weren't doing nothing. So but it was like the fact that he's popped up in my car. I'm like, my car was hot.
Yeah, that car was coming,
So like when people got in my car, some people actually like kind of like do one of these. so they wouldn't be seen in my car.
Ooh, because they know you riding with Teroy. You get out, Teroy, she riding with T.
It was a lot of that. You know, when you're popping, a lot of that happens. And typically, I just had a lot of friends, mostly. Like, some people were getting dealt with. But, like, I had a lot of friends, man. So
yeah, remember we had to get you from the Grapevine?
Oh, yes. That's when y'all was an inch. Oh, my car broke down. Oh, I was hot. I was going to Cap Halloween at Rivers. Yeah.
You and Trady?
We was rocking. You and Sean came.
Yeah, we came down.
I had to stay in Bakersfield. And I was like, my Sam's like, yo, I'm going home. Yeah. Mind you, Grapevine is an hour and a half away from here.
Yeah. What happened to the blue car, that Lucky crash? What happened with that?
That Lucky crash.
Didn't you crash it?
First of all, that was a car that everybody got the license in. Remember that? Lucky got his license, Twan got license, Edward got his license, I got my license.
I don't think Lucky and Antoine, they didn't drive in color at all.
They got the license in my car.
But they didn't drive, huh?
No. Did Twan get a car at the end?
No. Lucky didn't either.
But they took my car to take the test. And my car was that car, but I gave it to Edward.
How did he crash it?
Who, Luck?
Didn't he crash it?
Oh, yeah. So I had just came off and became a Kappa. So I was going home. Because my mom was going through a lot. My grandma was going through a lot. And I was just tired. And Luck came with me, though. Mm-hmm. So, Luck can't see.
Lucky, Lucky, he be on the TV like this. I'm like, look, put on your glasses, TV.
Yeah, Luck can't see, man. And I don't know. I was asleep, to be honest with you. I woke up and I was like, sure. But mind you, I had just got done, joining Kappa. So nothing could faze me.
At that point, yeah.
I was like, oh, well, shit, I was so like, I'm so out of it. I don't know, bro. Like, we okay? That's all that matters.
Yeah.
But I gave that car to Edward once he got into college. My grandma was like, we should reward him for getting into college. So she gave him that car, and I got the Mustang.
Oh, that's okay. I thought yeah, that's right.
He had it for a while until like he crashed, I think, or something.
That's
I don't
crazy.
know. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. I miss my roommates, man. I gotta link up with them more often.
Gotta call them, man.
I'll be calling them. I met Antoine a few times. I did a photo shoot for one of them.
I gotta tell you, I'm telling you now. I'm not gonna tell you now about something about that. Remind me, Antoine, off air.
Okay. Yeah, Antoine, I met up with Lucky when I was in Long Beach for doing something. And I linked up with him. So yeah, I linked up with him, but yeah, I miss them guys, man.
Yeah, too.
They're some solid dudes.
Isn't Twan like in Fresno?
Twan's in my hometown.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, my brothers, my mom's like, man, we saw your roommate. I was like, who? I said, Antoine.
Well, he everywhere. I don't know.
So,
but yeah, I'm gonna shout myself. You can follow me on IMDb at Teroy Roberts. You can follow me on my Instagram at fly_and_seductive. Yes, it's funny, I know, but just follow me because why not? Seductive, baby. That's where it comes from. That stuff.
Remember that bullet we was doing stuff?
Man, we used to be stabbing, man,
everywhere.
You know what? I also like. I don't regret it, but like, I wish I should have pushed harder for it. Is doing our step show when I had all y'all.
I never been to step show.
When I had all of y'all offline, like all y'all was still here. Even Carter.
My
and I was training y'all like so we can get our steps ready. I wish we did that yard show, not step show, yard show. I wish we did that yard show, but yeah. I didn't want to have the patience dealing with y'all for a while.
It's tired of us, huh?
Yeah, I was tired of y'all.
Shout out to all my
y'all was
sins,
struggling.
Man. Spring 2K13.
Sean could twirl, but he could not step for nothing. And like you was all like everybody was all beat. Yeah. I was like, they yeah.
He said yeah. Well, we was doing more. No, I can't say that.
Yeah,
right?
That's what I was saying. It was a lot going on.
Shout out to my whole line. My ace, number 1, Sean. Deuce, of course, me. My 3, Rock, Edward. My 4, Wes.
4, Wes is not the 4.
Oh, my bad, Wes. My bad, Wes. My 5. We don't have a 4. I was going to numbers. So
I know. Because it felt like it, but nah.
Oh, my bad. Shout out to my 5, Wes. Dang, Wes going like, all right. So, yeah. Shout out to my 6, DeLeon, and my 7, Miles, the Rock. Or not the Rock, Tail Dog. But yeah, he could have been a Rock. Yeah, he could have. No worries took it. Yeah, no worries had it.
We knew it at the start. See, that's the problem. That's why y'all don't have a 4 now. Anyway.
He was the Rock. He could have been a Rock.
Instagram, fly_and_seductive. Twitter, official Teroy. TikTok, official Teroy. You can find me
follow
all
him,
social medias.
Checking on him. He's going to be on your TV screen real soon. So just
you can also type in Teroy Roberts on YouTube. You'll find a lot of stuff on there.
He's already on the screen, but you're going to be seeing a lot more of him soon. So yeah, thank you for coming to the episode. See you guys later. We out of here.
Yeah.